Hey y'all, welcome back. This is not gonna be like my normal videos. Not actually music related this time. Who could have thunk from a music channel? Anyway, I'm also a really big gamer. I spend a lot of my life gaming, and one of the first series I ever really got into was Super Mario Brothers. Like most people. However, for Christmas, I got myself a 3DS and a copy of Super Mario 3D Land, and with that, I've now officially played every 3D Mario game. Except 64DS. If you want my thoughts on 64DS, I don't like remakes like that dumb down controls, and it adds 3 characters and 30 stars.
The only really unique thing about 64DS was extra bosses. Also, I am a friend. Hello.
Also, I did not do this alone. This is my friend. His channel will be in the description. Alrighty. And now with that, we are ready to start this. Alright. Fair warning, this is take 2. We actually know what we're doing this time, and the first take was not that good. like my friend was standing off over there, and I'm doing dumb stuff. Anyway, we rank this with 3 different criteria: gameplay, enjoyability, and music. So gameplay encompasses basically everything: how Mario controls, like the different levels, the power-ups, all of that stuff. And it looks at it a little more objectively, but not that objectively. This is mostly our opinion. Why do I say mostly? This is our opinion.
Opinions beware.
Yeah. Opinions beware. Enjoyability, this is so much more subjective. This is just how much we enjoy the game, how many good memories we have with it, whatever. And then, since this is still a music channel, music. I'll try to give one standout chart from each one, but especially for some of these, good luck. So, yeah. Do you have anything you would like to say before we start the ranking?
I just like to say that in our original take, I've repeated this a lot, but I just like to say that my memory of these games is very poor. However, I did play most of these originals, and whilst they're mainly focusing on the remakes for the Switch or whatever, these are still great games in their original form and great games in their remakes, and in my opinion, can be somewhat ignored from my poor memory.
I have a much better memory with these games as I've played them all very recently. However, I do primarily use the Switch remakes. For example, 3D All-Stars, the Galaxy 2 remake that just released, 3D World, and Bowser's Fury, and obviously Odyssey released on the Switch. And, well, 3D Land's here, so I don't know what you want from me. So yeah. I have more experience with the remakes. He has more experience with the originals. We kind of combine that into our rankings, if that makes sense. So, yeah, let's start. Yeah, let's just get started. At the bottom, in 8th place, with a gameplay score of a 3, an enjoyability score of a 3.25, and a music score of a 3, with an average of a 3.08. Believe it or not, it's Super Mario 3D Land. Quite frankly, I'm not that far into this game. However, it's really boring. It's something I have to play like 1 or 2 levels of and then leave. Yeah, it's just really boring. It's really repetitive. The music's good, I guess. If you want anything, just look up the Overworld theme. Yeah. This game just suffers from being not that memorable.
Much of the same opinions here. It's a very easy game to realize is one of the earliest 3DS games and one of the early, mid-early 3D Mario games. They were struggling with catching up to what they had made previous years, and were struggling to make do for what they were going to do in the later years. It's very much a run-of-the-mill middle Mario game.
Yeah. So yeah, Mario 3D Land. Sorry, do better, Nintendo. I think this is one of two games where we disagreed the most. Seventh place. With a gameplay score of a 2.5, an enjoyability score of a 4, and a music score of a 3. With an average of a 3.17. Let me get the cartridge out of my Switch. One of 3 games on Super Mario 3D All-Stars, Super Mario Sunshine. So, I have a lot of gripes with this game. Mario feels very, very, very slippery and like he's eaten like 30 cakes in the past day. Like, it's pretty bad how heavy he feels. The camera's very wonky. Flood is flood. And the music is alright. If you want some thoughts from me, Secret Course. Check out the Secret Course. And then, other than that, yeah. Rico Harbor's pretty good, I guess.
So, I have the opposite opinion of Sunshine. Sunshine was a very big game for me because I grew up watching a lot of Sunshine-related videos and played Sunshine the original myself. I thought Sunshine was super fun, and I always felt like it was very interesting, but coming back to it with the Switch remake, I realized Sunshine is very much a slog of a game, and is very difficult to control in some cases. Much the same, Mario feels very heavy, yet also at the same time extremely slippery. And Flood can be extremely clunky to control, especially considering you have to toggle through the nozzles one by one after finding them in boxes throughout the levels. It's a very difficult pathway. The most fun sections have got to be the secret courses. And much with the music, I also recommend Secret Course and, of course, the iconic Io Delfino theme.
So yeah, Super Mario Sunshine. Oh, I just thought of something we can add to this, whatever. For both this and 3D Land, I would recommend playing them. Like, very few of these games I recommend that you skip. I think only one game is what I'm gonna recommend skipping, and it's actually going to be the next game in 6th place. The gameplay score of a 4, an enjoyability score of a 3, and a music score of a 3, with an average of a 3.33. Bowser's Fury. This game is incredibly short, and it feels even shorter because it came after Mario 3D World, which gave us so many stamps to collect, 370 green stars, 5 characters, so much stuff to do, and Super Mario Odyssey, which has 880 unique power moons, 17 kingdoms, so much to do. And then we are given Bowser's Fury that has 100 catch signs. And unfortunately, because of that, it's just not that memorable. I played through most of these recently, and Bowser's Fury is the one that I played the least, just because I had already experienced everything, and it was just This is one of 2 games on this list that I've 100%ed. We'll get to the other one later, but yeah, this game is very unremarkable. If you want music requests, this game is so unremarkable, I can't even remember any songs from it. So, the trailer music is good, I guess. That's what I can give you.
Much of the same goes on for me. It's a very simplistic game. It's very obviously meant to just be an expansion / addition to 3D World and not its own game. But of course we had to rank it subjectively to being its own thing. It very much feels like an attempt at making another 64, but just not very good. And overall, it's just not very memorable. Much of the same thing said. It's very basic. There's not much you can do to say anything about it. It's just Mario again.
It's just furry Mario again, but it's super short this time. Yeah, this is the only game on this list that I wouldn't necessarily recommend you have to try. If you get the 3D World remake on Switch and you're like, oh hey, this seems cool. This seems like this will be a good 4 or 5 hours of my time. Yeah, go have fun, 100%. I really don't care, but yeah, this is one I struggle to recommend just because of how unmemorable it is. So yeah, 5th place. We've cracked the top 5. All of these games from here on out are 8, 9, 10 out of 10s. None of these games are bad. I should have prefaced this in the beginning, but none of these games are bad. Even Mario 3D Land is a 6 out of 10. These are where 3D Mario really starts to shine. And I feel like there's no better way to kick off the top 5 than with this one. Gameplay score of a 3, enjoyability of a 4, and music score of a perfect 5. With an average of 4, probably the one we disagree on the most. The one that started it all, Super Mario 64. Now, again, for me, my problem is that since this is the first one, they had nothing to base it off of. Did they do good with what they had? Yes, they did fantastic. This is not a bad game. However, I find a lot of difficulties with the controls, and especially after Bowser 2, the game starts to drag a lot because of the difficulty. The soundtrack popped off, though. The main theme, the file select music, Bob on Battlefield,
which is also the main theme.
Which is the main theme, so I already said it. Whatever. Dire Dire Docks, Cool Cool Mountain, the slide theme, Slider, whatever. Bowser's theme. All of it. The music is fantastic. Piranha Plant's Lullaby and the Staff Roll. Those are 2 calmer ones. The soundtrack popped off. I wish the controls and the difficulty had followed the soundtrack, but it kind of fell short in my opinion.
So, the issue with the controls very much extends even to much worse territory when you take into account the original controller and the way it felt. Controlling Mario with the 64 controller was always one of my biggest issues as a kid, but it always felt great to me. Super Mario 64 was something I grew up with and loved, and definitely look back on it with the rose-tinted view. I do see where it struggles, and I do see where Mario feels less like a Mario and more like a rock, especially in levels where you have to punch, grab, or do others of certain motions like the backflip and such. The game slowed down in a lot of places and just didn't feel as smooth as the classic 2D games before it, and I see where they were trying, but obviously they needed to figure out the formula first.
Yeah. However, if you somehow never played this game, first off, what are you doing? What rock are you living under? And can I join you? 2,
it's Mario 64.
This is probably one of, if not the most influential Mario game of all time. If you play on 3D All-Stars, if you play on the original 64, if you play it on totally a Nintendo 64 and definitely not an emulator, do it. Just do it. You'll have a fun time.
If there's a certain totally real 64 to mention, P64 is great. Also, music suggestion from my end, Metallic Mario is great.
Oh, I forgot about that one. That one's fire. Alright, so 4th and 3rd place, technically. These two games had a perfect tie, which we settled with a flip of a guitar pick. Yes, this is real. We used a Metallica White Fang, if you're curious. So, yeah, I guess fourth place, the gameplay score of a 4, enjoyability score of a 4.5, and a music score of a 4.5, averaging at a 4.3, Super Mario Galaxy 2. Yes, the pause was necessary. Um, this game is great. It's Mario Galaxy, but with double the stars, and Luigi's different. Like, this Galaxy game has Yoshi. What else do you want from me? This game is great. The gameplay, it's fun. It's Galaxy again, so it's kind of eh. And since I played it on Switch, since I'm playing it on Switch, having to like wiggle around my Joy-Con, like just at my screen like an idiot is not that fun. But I guess the Wii has this problem too, so whatever. The enjoyability, again, Mario Galaxy, but again, I love Mario Galaxy. Galaxy 2 is also fun for me. And music, again, it's great. That first Galaxy you get to, whenever you can control Starship Mario, where you do meet Yoshi, that's a good theme. I love it. I can't remember the kingdom name off the top of my head, but it's great. Yeah, give this game a try. Highly recommend.
Mario Galaxy 2 was another game that I played myself on the original Wii, or Wii U, whatever, much younger. I don't remember it as clearly as its original counterpart. However, Galaxy 2 is still a great game. It suffers from issues that Galaxy suffers from, but being Galaxy Tour, it has its own issues. And a sequel following one of the games that ever came out. Jeez. A sequel following a game is always usually just a little worse than it, and Galaxy 2 kind of shows that point. It's a great game, Luigi's funky, and I can't tell you any specific songs, but just they're good.
Yeah.
Go play the game. It's great.
Play the game. Nintendo, don't mess up Galaxy 3 for us. I'm saying that like that game's ever gonna exist. Alrighty. So we've made it to the top 3. In my opinion, all 3 of these games are 10 out of 10. At the absolute worst. I love these games. I can't speak for him, but these games mean so much to me. Have anything to say before we crack down on the top 3?
So, reaching the top, again, just to reiterate, my memory has never been the best of these, but these games stick to my head pretty well for the most part. I have a lot of distinctive memories of these specific games, and I am also willing to say that even at their worst, these games are almost all 10 out of 10s.
Yeah. These games are fantastic, and at least for me, I feel like there's no better way to start off the top 3 than with this one. With a gameplay score of a 4, an enjoyability score of a 4.5, and music score of a 4.5, with an average of 4.3, which won this spot with a pick flip. Good job. Super Mario 3D World. So, this is the first 3D Mario game I ever beat. This game is so nostalgic for me. I grew up with a Wii U. I grew up with a Wii U and an Xbox One, so I had access to so many games, but this one was always my favorite to go back to. Favorite game on the Wii U. Granted, you should take my opinion with a grain of salt, because my second favorite was Paper Mario Color Splash, and that game is a game. But, yeah, this game has fantastic gameplay. It's so enjoyable, even though the gameplay does have a couple of flaws, and he'll cover the flaws more because he experienced them more. but the enjoyability is fun. The gameplay works, and the music, fire. Super Bell Hill. Like the boss theme. I think I don't know. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember a lot of the music from this game. But Super Bell Hill was fantastic. A lot of the world themes are really good, and yeah, this game is just great. It's really nostalgic for me.
So, talking about 3D World? Yep.
Yep.
3D World was not a game I played originally fully on my own. I played it through a friend who also had a Wii U. I had a Wii U as well myself, except I destroyed mine and did not play it for more than like a year or two, to be frank. The 3D World has always been a great game. As someone who played through the entire game strictly as Luigi or Toad, I see that my bias in the game's physical gameplay is very heavily weighed in the difficulty of the characters I chose. But the game itself is great. Playing as each character feels so fresh. I sometimes forget Rosalina's there, but it's still a great game.
I forgot Rosalina was there.
You mentioned these 5 characters, you just forgot who the 5th was. But it's a great game, wonderful music, amazing power-ups, such a unique idea in some cases. It felt like a bring back to form, yet still its own thing. It's very much worth a play. Gather your friends, do it all over again.
Yeah. Play this game with friends, please. Some of the most fun I had with this game was when we were just messing around while we were doing this ranking so we could listen to some of the music, and we just played a couple levels.
And some of the most fun I've had with this game is grabbing my friends and throwing them off the map, but that's just because I'm a terrible person.
Dap me up, brother! It was kind of a bad dap up or whatever. So yeah, I feel like there wasn't really a better way to kick off that top 3. However, we can always one-up ourselves, and Nintendo definitely thought about that whenever they were making this next game. In second place, with a gameplay score of 4.75, with an enjoyability score of a 3.75, and a music score of a perfect 5, we have Super Mario Odyssey. So, Super Mario Odyssey. We had to take a quick break because I have bad allergies. Anyway, Super Mario Odyssey. I love this game. I love how expansive it is. I love the many kingdoms you can visit. They all have just so much character, and you can always find something you like about it. Even if it's like something little. Like Lost Kingdom. It's probably one of my least favorite kingdoms in the game. I like the tree design. I thought the Koopa free running race was cool. And like, that's what I love about Odyssey. You can always find something about each thing you're doing that's cool. However, the main reason this game gets dragged down so much, especially in enjoyability, is post-game. Because this game has 880 unique power moons, which they're either incredibly fun to collect or some of the most tedious things I've ever done in my life. Yes, I'm looking at you, Toadette. That Cappy throwing moon is annoying. Yeah. Yeah, this game is great, but it really drags in the post game. I feel like this is the game where it's evident that it's very much possible to make a game that is way too big. This game could have used like 200 moons just completely cut out. That's just my opinion, though. Yeah.
Incoming my opinion, I thought Odyssey wasn't as good as most others said it personally. I got quickly overwhelmed by Odyssey, and the controls of Cappy were just always confusing to me. I really loved the idea, and I thought it was super interesting and very fun to toy around with. I just never got the hold of it. I still have yet to get close to beating the game. I don't think I've even fully beaten the first major Bowser fight, to be honest. I have yet to collect more than probably 200, 300 moons, and I'm nowhere near trying to complete this game. Though I do see exactly how fun it is, and that it's an extremely interesting game. Very much worth the time to play it. It's just not one of my personal favorites. Jump Up Superstar, though, pretty good right there.
Yeah. Speaking of music, fantastic music in this game. If you can find the full album, just listen to the full OST. Like if you pay for Switch Online, you already have access to the Nintendo Music app. Use that, listen to this game. But if you want specifics, I really like Cascade Kingdom, Wooded Kingdom. I really, really like Lost Kingdom. I don't know what about it, but Lost Kingdom is always so cool. Any of the songs from Metro Kingdom, Jump Up Superstar. They did a great job with advertising that song too, so it's been stuck in my head for years. Yeah. That's about all we can say about Mario Odyssey. This game is great. Play it. Do not 100% this game unless you're ready for so many struggles. I'm in the middle of 100% of this game. I'm somewhere in the 700 moon range. This guy can vouch for me. I've been struggling. I had to use a glitch to get the 100 jump rope moon because that moon sucks.
Very infamous moon.
Yeah, that infamous moon. Oh God, I have to do the 100 volleys in Seaside.
Oh yikes!
Why do I do this to myself? Video coming soon. Absolutely not. This. All right. Yeah. So we've made it to the last game. Yeah. So if you've been keeping track of how many 3D Mario games there are, there should be no surprise what this game is. However, these scores are pretty impressive, I'm not gonna lie. With a gameplay score of a 4.5, with enjoyability of a perfect 5, and a music score of a perfect 5, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, I guess.
Ladies, gentlemen, attack helicopters and they thems.
Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone else in between, our favorite 3D Mario game, Super Mario Galaxy. Yeah, what is there to say about this game? Our only big complaint about this game is the absurd amount of holes and black holes. Like, holes in the ground you can fall through and then just, oh, black hole, you die. Whee! It's so annoying. But other than that, this is the closest thing I've ever played to a perfect Mario game. I love this game. It's fantastic. This is the only other game on this list I've 100%ed. I'm pretty sure with both Mario and Luigi. I'll have to double check that, but hold on. In case you can't tell, I am actually double checking this. Let's go! Okay, can confirm I did both 100% Mario and Luigi. I'm showing my friend 121 on each.
That is very much a 2-crown completion.
Yeah. That's it. I forgot about that. It just goes to show how much I love this game. Yeah. Mario Galaxy might be my favorite Mario game of all time. This game is amazing. There are so many positives about it. And yeah. To move on to some soundtrack suggestions, this is another one where if you have the Nintendo Music app, you should listen to the full OST. If you don't want to do that, whether because you don't have time or you just don't want to, some recommendations I have are Rosalina and the Observatory, Gusty Garden Galaxy, obviously, and yeah, just explore. that's what this game is about, exploring.
So my views on Galaxy are very positive still. It's a very great game. I very much do remember playing this on my own Wii as a kid, or maybe on like a family member's Wii. I'm not too sure exactly. But I very much remember going through a very large portion of this game and enjoying all of it. It's amazing. It's got beautiful visuals for a Wii game, amazing music, and it's definitely the birthplace of my obsession with online coverage of games. Watching people like Peanut Butter Gamer, who I don't even know what he does anymore nowadays, to be frank, and seeing such iconic remixes and visuals such as Sexy Luigi by Peanut Butter Gamer. Every time this game gets mentioned, that joke has to be pointed out. But it's a great game. It's definitely worth the time of seeing it yourself. And whether that be with the Wii or the totally legitimate Wii, I mean, what are we talking about? I mean, I don't know anything about dolphins.
Or the Switch remake. You can also get the Switch remake.
Switch remake is good too. The game, again, the only gripes with the game are just, it's got difficulty spikes with the whole gravity and black holes nonsense. But other than that, it's a great game everywhere else. And if there's anything else to say, just don't like throw the Wii remote if you're playing the original.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our ranking. You can have your phone back there.
Awesome.
Can you pass me that Mario statue behind the fan? Yeah, thank you. So yeah, Mario is big part of who I am. Surprisingly enough, if you thought Mario would lead me to playing Lamb of God and Barry Sachs, congratulations, you win, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I don't give this stupid little Italian plumber enough credit for how much it brought me here. So yeah, I love this series. I really hope Nintendo doesn't drop the ball on Mario Galaxy 3, like we're ever getting that game, or whatever 3D Mario comes out next.
So, yeah, Mario was a huge part of my childhood growing up with the NES, the Super Nintendo, the 64. I never had a GameCube as a kid, but I have played the GameCube. Playing the Wii U. I've played almost every Nintendo console out there, to be honest. I've even played the original Advance and a Game Boy. I never played a Game Boy Color or an SP, but those are basically just the same thing anyways. But Mario's always been a big portion of my life, and it's definitely also influenced the way I see games, being a huge fan of retro pixelated games. I mean, I had the 20th or 30th anniversary collection for the Wii. I doodled some art while we were doing this, just to represent Mario and stuff.
I no longer have a face.
Yep. Mario has been a big part of my childhood and a big part of what I do now, and has definitely influenced my art style as well.
Yeah. Like, I feel like if it wasn't for this little guy,
small, fat Italian Brooklyn plumber.
Yeah, there's so many things that I would not enjoy as much. Celeste probably would not be my favorite video game of all time if not for Mario.
If not for Mario, I would not be obsessed with games like Super Meat Boy and super difficult ones.
Yep. Me too. Who else is stuck on 111% for Hollow Knight? Here, you can put this back.
I haven't even beaten the first area of Hollow Knight.
That's fair. Metroidvanias, man. Anyway, so yeah, that's our list. Before we end the video off, quick announcement. With the start of a new year, I want to try and give myself a little bit of a challenge, but still do something. So this year, I'm going to try, big emphasis on try, to release something music-related at least every month. No guarantees on anything. It all just kind of depends on how fast I can write, how fast I can learn music. Thank you, 7-string guitar. And yeah. Hopefully next time I see you, it will be with a very famous legendary sword. Swordy? Certain. It's Legend of Zelda compilation. There you go. It's gonna be metal. Enjoy. I can't hint at things at all. I I also can't do outro, so this is gonna be the most awkward part of the video. Yeah. YouTube stuff. Do it.
Check out my
Please.
channel.
Check out this idiot.
I do animation, kind of.
Yeah. Animation 3 months ago.
I'm gonna work on finishing them later. I do animatics mostly.
Yeah. But all jokes aside,
YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah. Go play 3D Mario. See you later.